Hello, today I will be providing a quick demo on the integration that Arcoro offers between Arcoro's Core HR module and Sage 100 Payroll. I'm going to start in Arcoro's Core HR platform with the employee record that we have open. And I just want to call out that the data on this employee record does not match the current data that's in Sage 100 Payroll. Some updates that I want to call out are the Casino Road address here is different than what's in Sage. The employee's email address is different than what we have in Sage. And I did stage a lot of other updates in their compensation record, as well as some direct deposit data. The sync log that we are going to be reviewing here in just a minute will show you all of those updates whenever you run your data syncs. To navigate to the Arcoro integrations module, once you've made the changes into the employee record, is through your navigation menu here, and all of your modules will show up, including your Arcoro integrations module. Once you're in the Arcoro integrations platform, you're going to have your data syncs populated here. So this is a bi-directional integration where we can pull data in from Sage into the Arcoro system, but we can also push data out of Arcoro into Sage 100 Payroll. That's what we're going to be doing today with Phoebe's profile. And a few things that I want to go over on this page. For the integration tool, you do have the ability to edit the data scopes that Arcoro is touching. So in our little checkbox menu here, anything that is white or blue, you have free range to enable or disable. Any of those checkboxes that are disabled during the data sync to Sage, we are going to withhold that data and not pass any updates for that. But anything that is enabled in blue or the gray required data scopes, those are going to be data that we will pass to Sage 100. If we go back to our main sync screen, we are going to run a data sync from Arcoro into Sage for Phoebe's employee record. In order to do that, you can just hit the sync button here and we'll be welcomed with a pop-up menu where you want to be aware of a few features. So the first feature here is your employee IDs box. This allows you to filter the data sync to specific employee IDs if you only wanted the sync tool to touch a handful of employee records. It does accept multiple employee IDs just separated by a comma, but any employee IDs that you note in this field, those are the only employees that we will pass updates for. Vice versa, on the other hand, we've got the exclude employee IDs box. Same concept, except we are just withholding those employee records from the data sync. So this just basically means we're going to run updates for everybody else except for the employees that you note here. Now, if you leave both of these boxes empty, the system is going to sync all updates for any of your active employee records and then a subset of your terminated employee records. So we're going to look for changes for all employees that match that filtering criteria, and we're going to send updates for everybody. The last feature on this is going to be your save changes checkbox. This is just a little neat feature to preview the changes before they go to Sage. So in case of you are curious and you wanted to put the system in preview mode to just kind of be aware of what the changes are going to be before you send them to Sage, you can uncheck that checkbox. Whereas if we leave it enabled, the system will execute those changes over to the Sage system. And we're going to do that for Phoebe today. So I'm going to throw Phoebe's employee ID in here. We can go ahead and hit the run button and the sync will start its sync process, and it runs fairly quickly. All right, and just about 7 seconds, we've got a sync log produced for us with an error. And I thought it was important for us to demonstrate this error for you, just to show you that Arcoro just isn't going to pass any data, willy-nilly data, over to the Sage system. So with our work with Sage, we've understand their system requirements, and so Arcoro has built in validation logic and validation rules that all live within the connector behind the scenes to making sure that the data that we're taking out of Arcoro and syncing into Sage meets Sage's requirements, kind of following that best practice of good data in is good data out, and vice versa. And so we can see here that Phoebe's missing some required data in her employee record. all we need to do is simply go into her employee record and add an ethnicity. All right, now that that sync is finished running, we can see that that error message has gone away, but there's a few other things that we'll want to take a look at here. So your warnings messages are just things that the system are going to call out that you'll want to be aware of. It's not necessarily bad, but just something that we want your team to be aware of. So in this instance, we are looking at Phoebe's record, and the system is telling us that she doesn't have any deduction benefits, no deduction amounts for her benefits on her employee record in our Coro. That may be correct, right? So Phoebe may have waived her benefit deductions, or maybe she's not eligible for benefits yet. So there's not going to be a deduction amount to pass for her. But if you know that Phoebe, she's an employee for 2 years and she should be enrolled in benefits, then that would be your indicator that we'll want to go take a look at her employee record. Next, we've got your property changes, and this is just going to be a place for you to review a comprehensive log of everything that our Coro system is updating on Phoebe's profile within Sage. So we can see that we've got updates to some compensation amounts, we've got an update to direct deposit data, and we've got an update to the address information and some demographic information. Okay, and now that we're on the Sage side, so just to look at this, we can see that Phoebe's record, there is a mismatch of data. The address is 12345 Main Street and not the casino road address. Her compensation values don't match. There's no direct deposit here. So I just wanted to call out that that mismatch of data was not already in Sage. But if we cycle back from and then to the employee record, we can see now that we have all of our changes populated. So we've got the Casino Road address, an update to her email. We can see that the updated values of compensation are there. And then there was an add to her direct deposit account, which wasn't there previously. So wanted to highlight those changes for you guys. Hope the information was helpful. Thanks for sticking along. And if you have any questions about the Sage integration, reach out to your Arcoro contact. We'll be happy to answer those questions and provide any additional information. Enjoy your day, folks.